Yes, Ayush, welcome to your video. So today we will conduct a snap for finance. Right. So first of all, introduce yourself.
Thank you. Yes, sir. Good evening, sir. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to introduce myself. I am CA Ayush Hussain. I have qualified my chartered accountancy exam in the year 2021. I have graduated from the Indira Gandhi National Open University. Post qualification, I have worked in one of the big four organization for 1.5 years in the field of a financial services industry, where I am handling the auditing of the large financial institutions of the country. And currently, I am into the preparation of various governmental and PSU exams and also doing a part time with a mid-size CFO.
Okay. Why you choose IGNO, means distance learning, for your graduation?
Yes, sir. There is a reason for choosing the Indira Gandhi National Open University, the IGNO, because there is a MOU between our Institute of Chartered Accountants of India with the IGNO for the providing of the Bachelor's of Commerce degree in the field of accounting and finance to the CA to the students who are pursuing the CA course. And in that there are various benefits that are available to the CA student, that there is only a 1 year program, and there is also exemption of many papers, and the IGNO is and it is the equivalent to that of the graduation degree, which we all get from a regular college. So there is no duplication of efforts there is no duplication of efforts in both the CA subjects as well as the IGNO subjects. The subjects which we covered in CA are already exempted in the IGNO exams.
So means within 1 year, you got the degree of BCom.
Yes, sir. It is applicable only after we clear our intermediate, that is the level 2 exam, which is conducted by our institute. Then only we are eligible for the BCom degree. And after that, we have to undergo a 1 year course where we have to follow the procedures as decided by the IGNO. And then after qualifying all the exams, we are liable to get the degrees.
So why you choose the finance line?
Yes, sir. There is a reason for choosing a finance, that I want to explore various fields which a chartered accountant is supposed to have knowledge. In my internship, also with a mid-sized firm, and post qualification with a big four organization, I have never get exposure to any finance field. So that was the reason that I want to have an exposure with the finance field. And also, where I was working in the big four organization, there is no option to change our field. But this is not the case in case of HPCL. Here we are allowed to change our field in after every 3 to 4 years.
Okay, what you know about the capital structure?
Yes, sir. The capital structure consists of the capital requirements of the company. It consists of the equities, the equity of the company, or and also the borrowings which the company has taken from the outside. That is the debt, and it also includes the preference shareholders, who have a preference over the equity shareholders. And these all the three components will make up the total equity of the company.
So what are the various factors that affect the decision of capital structure?
Yes, sir. There are various factors which affects the capital structure of the company. Firstly, the amount of the debt or equity that needs to be taken by the company. That what amount of debt the companies can take as compared to that of equity, which is computed by various ratios, such as the debt equity ratio and the debt to capital asset ratio. So after computing those ratios, we can check that what amount of debt which we are required to get, and what amount of equity that we can raise. Also, we also need to consider the interest component of the debt as compared to that of the equity shareholders, because we have to pay the debt to the we are supposed to pay the debt even in case of losses to our the liability, the creditors, but it is not the case in case of equity, that if there is any loss, then we are not supposed to give any dividend to the equity shareholders. So these are few factors which needs to be considered while deciding any capital of the company.
So when we raise the funds, the cost of raising capital is high in case of loan, bank loan or the equity.
Sir, when we raise the funds, then the flotation cost, which is the cost of raising the fund, it is high in case of equity as compared to the bank loan, because because in equity we have to issue the prospectus to the proposed shareholders, and we have to bring the initial public offer or the further public offer as the case may be. And then after following the provisions of the Companies Act, then only we are on then only we get the we are supposed to issue the equities of the company, and then only we get the capital, equity share capital of the company with the help of the shares. But this is not the case in case of bank loan, because there we have to just follow the procedures as laid down by the bank, and we can get the loan at the interest rate which is decided by the bank.
So, what is the use of cash flow statements?
Yes, sir. The cash flow statement is very useful for the company for to decide the inflow and outflow of the funds in the form of cash. It consists of three activities. Firstly, the operating activities, where there is a cash, where any company is going to check the cash inflows and outflows, which is related to the operations of the company. Then, in case of investing activities, it is mostly related to the purchasing shares of sale of the fixed assets, and in case of financing activity, it is related to um, the the capital raised by the company. So by combining all these three factors, the cash flow statement helps to analyze a company's total cash that they have with them at the end of the year, and it is also governed by the accounting standard 3.
Okay. So, how many accounting standards are issued by the Indian Chartered Accountant
Yes, sir.
Associations?
Um, as per my knowledge, sir, there are total 28 accounting standards and 41 Indian accounting standards, where the 25 are the internet, where the 16 are IFRS, and 25 are international financial reporting standards. So that was the total composition of the total accounting standards and Indian accounting standards.
So, what are the difference between the duties of internal and the external auditor?
Yes, sir. The internal auditor um, is 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 the employee of the company, which has the duty to conduct to check the proper uh, that whether the financial, that whether the position of the company is the true and fair or not. Um, it is governed by the section 138 of the Companies Act, where there is a certain criteria for the appointment of the cost of the internal auditor. So the internal auditor may or may not be a chartered accountant in practice, and he's he's the employee of the company itself, and and he helps to regulate the internal operations of the company, whereas the external auditor is governed by the section 141 of the Companies Act, where where he must be a chartered accountant in practice, and He conducts the audit as per the standards of auditing issued by the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, and he is supposed to give his opinion on the financial statement.
So let us suppose you are working in HPCL and you have to raise the funds,
Okay, sir.
or you maybe say that we have to increase our authorized capital.
Okay.
Okay. So from which authority we need the approval to increase our authorized capital?
Sir, the authorized capital is the maximum capital that the company is supposed to issue. The company cannot issue the capital beyond the authorized capital. But if in any case uh, the company wants to increase the authorized capital, then the approval of the shareholders in a general meeting is required in that case. And also there will be a changes in the memorandum and articles of association in this regard.
Which authority? Pardon?
Yes, sir. I am saying that to increase it is the authorized capital is the maximum capital that the
Yeah,
company
that
can
is
issue.
okay. That is okay.
Yes, sir.
Which
And
from which authority we have to take
yes, sir.
approval?
For that, the approval of the shareholders in a general meeting by way of a special resolution is required, and also there will be it will be subject to the provisions of the memorandums and articles of association. And
Yeah, that is okay. That is the internal part of the company.
yes, sir.
By the approval in the journal meeting by the shareholder and in amendments in memorandum of association, can we increase our authorized capital?
Yes, sir.
Is there any body from which the approval is required?
Uh, no, sir. As per my knowledge, there is no body for the approval of the authorized capital. Um, but sir, actually
So
speaking, sir,
at
I am not
the
very sure.
when we registered our firm, then with the help of memorandum of association, we authorized capital from a body, and
Uh,
then from the body, and then if we have to increase the authorized capital, naturally a body is there who will approve the amendments in our memorandum of association.
sir, I am not exactly sure for about the body, but sir, as per my knowledge, it will be decided by the shareholders in a general meeting by way of
Yeah,
special resolution,
that
and
Ayush,
then
that
all. Uh,
listen, please, listen. You are repeating same problem.
yes,
You are
sir.
repeating the
Yes, sir.
answer. आप वही रिपीट कर रहे हो.
Yes, sir.
वो
Sir,
तो आपने बता ही दिया ना.
uh,
मैं
sir,
तो
I'm
ये
not
कह रहा
very
हूँ, मेरी
sure.
बात सुनिए, मैं ये कह रहा हूँ कि वो तो एक कंपनी का इंटरनल मैटर है.
Yes, sir.
तो क्या कंपनी के एनुअल जनरल मीटिंग में हम कुछ भी पास करा के अपने एमओए में कुछ भी
No, sir.
चेंजेस कर सकते हैं क्या? क्या हमें किसी गवर्नमेंट रेगुलेटरी से कोई अप्रूवल नहीं
Um,
चाहिए होगी?
Sir, I'm not very sure that it might be the registrar of the companies, or it might be the sir. Actually, the approval authorities are that name. I am not very sure, sir. It might be
So
the
when the promoter promote a new company and they prepare the memorandum of association, article of association, and then from where they get the approval, from where they get the commencement certification, from which authority they get the certification of commencement, who approved,
so
who
the
allow the promoters to issue the shares.
sir. Sir, it is approved, but it is allowed by the registrar of the companies. Um, uh,
And register of the company is working under which authority?
sir, sir, the registrar of the companies. It is so the authority is as per the Companies Act. As per the provisions of the Companies Act, he's the registrar of the companies is performing his functions. Uh, No, sir. Sir, I think the registrar is performing his functions as per the provisions of the Companies Act.
Then which authority is there any need to approve from the this SEBI or Ministry of Companies Affairs? So, okay, leave it. Okay, what is auditing?
Sorry, sir. Can you please repeat?
What is auditing?
Sir, the auditing is the proper the analysis and verifying the financial statements of a company. It is conducted as per the standards of auditing issued by the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, where an auditor is supposed to perform where a auditor is supposed to exercise his professional skepticism and judgment and conduct his duties in a true and fair view, by which the financial state the by which he can form an opinion on the financial statements of the company.
Okay, what is one-person company? And what is the benefit of one-person company as compared to sole proprietor?
So the one-person company is specifically introduced in the Companies Act 2013, which was not there earlier in the older Companies Act, that is the Companies Act 1956. In the one-person company, there is only one person, and the total number of directors are only one. And also there are various benefits that applicable one person company, such as firstly the board meetings, that is they are not required to conduct any board meeting of the directors. And also so without the conduction of any the board meeting, uh, they can they can do the business by comparing it with the sole proprietor. Sir, the one person company is as per the Companies Act. So the benefits, that is the recognition that any one person company um, gets as they are governed by the provisions of the Companies Act. Sir, the same benefits are not available to any sole proprietor, because it is not covered by any act, and so it does not have any safeguard against any misconduct that may occur against him.
And the company HPCL, what is the slab of corporate tax for the HPCL?
So the slab of the HPCL is as per the Income Tax Act. As the turnover of the HPCL exceeds 250 crores in the financial year 2019-20, so the corporate tax rate of 25% is applicable to have the HPCL. Uh, the the tax of 30% and not the 25% is applicable to the HPCL.
30% or 25%?
So it is 30%, and along with that there is uh, a cess and the surcharge provisions as per the Income Tax Act. So it is 30%.
And if the turnover is below 250, then
Yes, sir. In case the any if in case the turnover is less than 250 crores, uh, then the tax rate of 25% is applicable on the company. But in case of HPCL, as the turnover exceeds 250 crores, so the tax rate of 30% is applicable.
the limit is 250 or the 400 crores.
No, sir, it is 250 crore only.
Have you shared for it?
Yes, sir, it is 250 crore.
Okay, Ayush, I will conclude here. देखो ठीक है आपका काफी इम्प्रूवमेंट है लेकिन बात वही है कि आप बहुत रुक रुक के आंसर दे रहे हो,
सर
आप
सर
अपने आंसर में
सर
ही श्योर नहीं हो।
यस सर। सर एक्चुअली मैं कॉन्फिडेंट नहीं रहता सर कि मतलब सपोज सर एक काउंटर क्वेश्चन आया, देन सर मुझे डाउट लगने लगता है कि शायद मैंने गलत बोला है, एंड सर
नहीं,
फिर वो
अगर
प्रोविजंस
आप
दिमाग में घूमते।
अगर आप ठीक भी हो, आंसर आपका ठीक है, काउंटर क्वेश्चन तो फिर भी पूछा जाएगा आपको कंफ्यूज
यस सर।
करने के लिए।
यस सर।
तो फिर तो वो कब
यस सर वो
इम्प्रूवमेंट
तो।
होगी?
यस सर। सर एक्चुअली मैंने वर्क ऑन किया है इस पे, एंड आने वाले समय में सर और भी वर्क ऑन करना है इस पे।
नहीं,
सर जब
आने
तक
वाले
मेरा एक्चुअल इंटरव्यू नहीं होता तब तक सर मैं डेली बेसिस पे सर जैसे जो जो कोर्स ये जो कोर्स ये सिलेबस है, जो क्वेश्चंस दिए हुए सर मैं उनकी प्रैक्टिस कर ही रहा हूँ।
वो तो ठीक है आपका।
सर ये श्योरिटी वाली सर ये सर मतलब सब पहले जैसे पहले के टाइम पे सर इतना अच्छी पढ़ाई नहीं थी, पर सर अभी पढ़ने के बाद वैसा हुआ कि सर सर जैसे दो काउंटर क्वेश्चन आए तो सर उस पे मतलब सोचने पे मजबूर हो गया सर। उस टाइम प्रोविजंस दिमाग पे चल रहे थे कि एग्जैक्टली क्या था क्या था क्या था।
नहीं, वो तो ठीक है, लेकिन इसको थोड़ा सा आपको और
यस सर।
कॉन्फिडेंट में, बात वही है कि आंसर ठीक है लेकिन आंसर को कॉन्फिडेंटली भी तो बताना पड़ेगा ना।
यस सर। सर ये कॉन्फिडेंस सर ये प्रैक्टिस से आएगा, एंड सर इसके लिए मैं मिरर प्रैक्टिस कर ही रहा हूँ सर। इवन एचआर में भी मेरे साथ हुआ है ऐसा कि मेरा कॉन्फिडेंस काफ़ी वीक था, एंड वो उसके थ्रू सर थोड़ा इम्प्रूवमेंट हुआ है उससे। एंड सर ये जो मेरा मेन टेक एरिया है मतलब जो कोर एरिया है सर, इसके भी जो प्रोविजंस है दैट दैट नीड टू बी गो थ्रू, एंड सर कॉन्फिडेंस सर मैं बिल्डअप करने की कोशिश कर रहा हूँ।
बाकी तो ठीक है आपका। थोड़ा सा आप खुद ही अपने ही आंसर्स में कंफ्यूज हो जाते हो।
यस सर। सर इसको दूर करने के लिए सर बार बार रिवाइज करो, उससे हो सकता है ना? या सर
और
सर एक पूछना था मुझे कि सर ये मेरे मतलब जो लैक ऑफ कॉन्फिडेंस है सर वो लैक ऑफ कंटेंट की वजह से है कि या सर मुझे पता ही नहीं उसकी वजह से, मतलब सर मतलब मुझे पता है मैं बोल नहीं पा रहा हूँ, या सर मुझे पता ही नहीं है वो वाली केस है। सर मतलब एज अ इंटरव्यूअर आपको कैसा लगा सर, वैसे पूछा।
तो मेरे अकॉर्डिंग तो लैक ऑफ कंटेंट्स के कारण है, क्योंकि आप श्योर नहीं हो कि मेरा आंसर ठीक है या गलत है।
यस सर।
ये चीज है मेन तो।
नहीं सर इस पे इम्प्रूवमेंट करूँगा सर मैं, एंड कर ही रहा हूँ। मतलब सर जितने प्रोविजंस हो सके सर। सर जो पीडीएफ दी है अराउंड 37 पेजेस की, उसमें जो क्वेश्चन है वो एक एग्जॉस्टिव पीडीएफ है ना सर, उसके अलावा
हम्म।
कुछ और जैसे सर मैं जैसे कोई प्रोविजंस पढ़ लूँ सर। इवन अभी मैंने रिसेंटली एक एग्जाम में अपियर किया था, तो सर उसके लिए मैंने कंपनी से एक बार रिवाइज किया भी था, द प्रोस्पेक्टस वाला और वो डायरेक्टर्स वाला जो चैप्टर्स है वो।
वो तो ठीक है। चलो बाकी तो ठीक है बेटा आपका, ऐसी बात नहीं है,
यस
थोड़ा सा रिवाइज ही कर लो
सर। एंड सर
चीजों को ना।
सर इसको इम्प्रूव करने की कोई टिप्स है सर, जैसे जो लैक ऑफ कॉन्फिडेंस है उसको किस तरीके से मैं
नहीं,
इम्प्रूव
वो
कर
तो
सकता
वही बात, तो सिलेबस से रिवाइज करने से ही सारा कुछ होगा।
हूँ? यस सर।
सिलेबस से जब हम रिवाइज करेंगे ना तो ऑटोमेटिकली कॉन्फ्लिक्ट कॉन्फिडेंस बिल्डअप होगा।
ओके सर। नहीं
यही है
सर
मेन
अब
चीज तो।
सर क्योंकि
मेन
आपने सर ये हमारा थर्ड इंटरव्यू है सर, तीनों में आपने एकदम अलग अलग क्वेश्चंस पूछे सर, एकदम मतलब
जो हमारा
अनरिलेटेड पहले
तो,
इंटरव्यू से।
देखो हमारा तो टारगेट यही होता है कि हर डोमेन में पूछें और हर बार
यस
हमारे
सर।
क्वेश्चंस अलग हों थोड़े से,
यस सर।
क्योंकि एक स्नैप में हम सारे क्वेश्चन पूछ ही नहीं सकते।
नहीं सर वो तो नहीं पॉसिबल है, पर सर मैं मतलब एक्सपेक्ट कर रहा था कि सर जो पिछली बार पूछे थे वैसे ही कुछ आए, बट इस बार पूरे नए हैं,
नहीं,
एक दो
ऐसा
क्वेश्चंस
नहीं
रिपीट
ऐसा
हुए
नहीं
उसके अलावा
होता।
सब नए थे।
हमारा टारगेट होता है कि हम मैक्सिमम जो मोस्ट अप्रोप्रिएट क्वेश्चंस है वो पूछ लें। तो फर्स्ट स्नैप में हमने जो पूछे वो तो आपके पास चले ही गए कि ये है, वो तो आप तैयार कर ही लोगे। तो इसलिए हम क्वेश्चंस चेंज कर देते हैं जो अप्रोप्रिएट क्वेश्चंस हैं, ताकि आपको हर तरह के डोमेन के क्वेश्चंस मिल जाए और आपको भी कुछ लगे कि आज अगर मैंने सेकंड या थर्ड लगाई है तो मेरे को भी कुछ नया मिला है आपको।
यस
आप तो
सर।
ये है। तो सेम क्वेश्चन तो रिपीट करने का, जिसके सेम क्वेश्चन तो हम तभी रिपीट करने का फायदा है ना, अगर श्योर है कि यही क्वेश्चन पूछे जाएंगे।
नहीं सर, वैसा तो श्योरिटी नहीं है सर।
तो इसलिए थोड़ा सा ये हो जाता है।
यस सर, अब तो सर ओवरऑल वैसा है कि सर सिलेबस रिवीजन कर रहा हूँ, जितने भी मेरे कोर सब्जेक्ट्स थे सीए में, मतलब दोनों लेवल पे सर उनको रिवीजन कर रहा हूँ। एंड सर जो 37 पेजेस की जो एक पीडीएफ है जिसमें सारे क्वेश्चंस बताए गए सर, उस उनके भी आंसर्स जो भी है वो सर उनको भी प्रिपेयर कर रहा हूँ।
हाँ वो थोड़ा सा वो तो है। बस कोई बात नहीं, आप थोड़ा सिलेबस ही रिवाइज करो, वो आपको ज्यादा बेनिफिशियल रहेगा।